I'm back. Guess I better post... Oh shit, the thing, and I keep forgetting that. Because the spooky music I'm playing is an embed on the Discord. When I click away from that, it stops. I guess I should probably do this where... hang on. Alright, tell people what I'm doing. Alright. So it's time for me to finish the spooks that I started yesterday. There we go. And I guess I better put a thing now. There. And I'll put it here too. Alright then. Other at the spooky music that I got from Rare Games. There's this too. Boss theme from Donkey Kong 64 for the Creepy Castle stage. I have a very vague memory of using this in an old Game Maker game that I did years ago at some point. I think it was a MIDI version of it though. Yes, let that be something that helps us seamlessly transition to this here game. I will be finishing up now. If I can remember how to. Right. See, it's a seamless transition, as I said. There's no possible things that could be objected to there. Yeah. So apparently the part that makes me be too close to the stuff that's to the right of my chair. Be respectfully quiet for the attract mode cutscene here. There we go. And let me bring this up too so I can have it in my sights. The icon below will be displayed while data is being accessed or saved. Alrighty then, here we go, let's load the game. I left off yesterday. After finishing the guardhouse, fight your fears and survive. So previously on Resident Evil, I'm pretty sure that some of the other Resident Evil games have that thing. I think the Revelations games do, where whenever you like save and then load the game after the startup thing, where it's like previously in Resident Evil this stuff happened, and they play like a series of cutscenes. But not quite a thing in this one. So I don't know if I'm gonna be needing the handgun anymore, because it's already gotten to the point where I'm gonna be getting fairly regular shotgun ammo and some of the enemies that we're going to be fighting now will basically point and laugh if you use the handgun against them. Gosh, we're done with this place, but now we're going back to the mansion. I think it might be a good idea to use the handgun before we reach that place, though. Or at least have it out.
This is Brad. Stars Alpha Team.
This is Jill.
This is Brad.
Brad? Brad!
Stars Alpha Team. Bravo Team. It doesn't matter. Anybody, answer me. This is Brad.
Brad!
This is Brad. Somehow, give me a sign.
Brad! This is Jill. Brad? Brad! Oh, it's broken.
That scene seems oddly familiar. It's almost like we had another scene exactly like that before. But we just had a repeat of it now for some reason. Alright, so yeah, for some reason the person who made this... Oh shit, there's dogs. Yeah. See, this is why I bring out the handgun, because let's taste the dogs. What was I gonna say? So the person who made the mod that I'm playing right now, where it has the audio from the 1996 version. Well, I guess that one died. You'd have the Jill sandwich line in their respective cutscene, but apparently they couldn't fit the Master of Unlocking line into that cutscene. That other cutscene. So that's unfortunate, but there's actually some cutscenes in this version that correspond to scenes that weren't in the PS1 version, so I'm kind of curious as to how those are going to be handled. I don't know if we're gonna get any of those scenes soon, though. Let's go ahead and walk past the snacks here. Ow. Didn't get poisoned from that, did I? That would suck if I did. No, okay. Yes, you know, surprise, we're not very keen on snakes. Especially not after the giant snack fight that we had in the mansion. Well, snakes or plants, if we go by that logic. Evil mutant plants. So there's nothing here still, I don't think. Nope, I guess not. Oh hey, I think this thing was in here before, was it? No, I guess. See, another note on the wall, that's exactly the same image. Use this thing to protect yourself from that bulletproof thing in chains. Went ahead and fixed that piece of crap door too, Barry. Oh, so Barry fixed the door. Isn't that great? So yeah, the door that can potentially break is fixed permanently after you complete the guardhouse. I don't know how Barry went ahead of us, since I thought he was going to stay behind and look around there a little more, but okay. I'll take all of this scrap and head back into the mansion. And we might want to take the thing there, the emblem that we put to unlock that door, but I don't think we want to do it just yet. I think we're gonna have to go back out to the place we came from at some point. But But for now, let's head back into the mansion, and now that we're back inside, let's equip the shotgun instead of the handgun. Because things are gonna be a bit different from now on. Because these guys are gonna be around now. They're called hunters. And they take a way bigger beating than the zombies do. And they also hurt a lot more, but at least they don't potentially come back to life like the zombies do. So there's that. Pretty sure there's another one right in front of me right now. Oh, there's two. Okay. See if we can... how easily we can deal with this. If we can deal with this easily. Oh. I think I just got killed here. You can do an insta-kill move where they slash your throat if you get too low on health around them. So that kinda sucks. I think that's like my first death that I've had on this playthrough though. Well, that can kind of be a problem since, you know, they're between you and the save room with all the good stuff inside. Fear can't kill you, but... And then they made revelations too, where fear can actually kill you. Canonically. So I'm gonna bring... I'm gonna leave this in the box and bring some shotgun ammo instead. Like that might be a little bit more... Or hang on a minute. What if I bring the grenade launcher? That'd actually be a good idea to use the grenade shells against the hunters. I have a few acid shells too, but I want to save those for the other thing that I need them for. Which, you know, spoilers, is going to be very, very similar then, or to the thing that I used the first 3 acid shells for. Let's get the cutscene again, and skip it this time. And let me see, I'm holding the gun, yes, okay. Shit, I was trying to avoid having to do this. But whatever. There we go. At least I did manage to keep one of my things this round. By things, I mean the... what you call them? The batteries for the taser, that's it. Oh, so that thing is like already... Oh, for fuck's sake. Oh, now I'm poisoned. Okay, sure. So that's gonna be fun. So I think there are at least 2 snakes that are snakes there that are pretty much pre-placed, so that no matter what you do, they're gonna be ready to strike. So that kind of sucks. Pretty sure that was never the case in the PS1 version of that room. Oh, there's a blue herb right here. Let's go ahead and use that. I'm poisoned, and I'm also in yellow caution now because of that. That's terrible. You see, I'm convinced that I should be able to get to the save room where the hunters are, or past the hunters without getting killed. Grenade shells and the first aid spray that I'm just getting as a kind of formality, but not with any luck if I'm not completely terrible at the game, which might be a bit too much to expect. I should be able to get through pretty much all of it without having to use any of those. So let's fight our friend the hunter a second time. The one that there is only one of. Well, that guy only took 2 shots this time. That's interesting. So this time I'm gonna go into this room and kind of run in, because I think one of the hunters is on the 2nd floor. See if I can kill the one that's downstairs before that guy drops in. Oh boy. Maybe not. Okay. Okay, there we are. Never mind. Hey, look, I survived this time. And now these guys are gone. I left you some bullets in the room on the right. I don't know if this is the same note that we found in this room before, or if it's different. Like, if there's gonna be more bullets now, or what. I guess there's not gonna be any more bullets. That's kind of sad. Okay. Let me see. You have me red herb mix. I have the one in my inventory, and I think I have one more up here. Yeah, so kind of want to see. Let's use these mixed herbs. The one that we find in the item box. There we go. We got back to fine status. That's great. And now that we're back in the mansion, and that we've secured the route to at least one item room, let's see. We'll leave the shitty gun in the box. And switch it out for the helmet key, which we will need. And this too, I think there's one more thing that I need. Oh yeah, we'll replace the gun rounds with the shotgun rounds. Unload that shotgun, and also leave the FA spray in the... Oh, you can skip the part of the animation where she opens the box. I didn't know that, actually. Leave these extra explosive rounds up here. Gonna need to use the acid rounds very soon, but any luck? Not quite yet. Also, there might be another hunter up here, I don't know. Not over there, I don't think. Might be over here, though. Okay, no, it's not. What about on the far end of the hallway? Or is this place secure now? No, I guess this place is secure now. A loud noise. Also, I don't think we need to go back into the B room again, but... Oh yeah, there's a room back here that we can check out now that we have the helmet key. This is actually, there's gonna be another boss encounter coming up at some point, and in the PS1 version, this is where it would have happened, but they moved it, so it's not gonna happen in this room this time. I don't think. Oh no, they actually changed the whole room. This is completely different. I forgot from what was here before. Oh shit. I forget what you have to do here actually. You press a switch and then, oh boy. Thought you were safe, but not quite. Okay, now we need to push the statue over there. Which should be enough to, like... keep the walls from crushing us, and it is. Unfortunately, I don't know if it's gonna be... how easy or difficult it's gonna be to do this puzzle with, oh, wait a minute. There's a statue over here. Oh shit, maybe I just messed that up and it should probably reset. Or not, never mind. Okay, no, I have to do it this way, there's only one way. So what we have to do is, you see the statue that's in this little indentation here corresponds to the one that we pushed onto the middle part of the room there. So we have to go and push it over in that little nook there, but we have to do it very quickly because the walls keep moving and... well, you can see where this goes, basically. And I don't think I did it in time, nope. So I have to do this very, very quickly. Yeah, this is an odd direction that they went for this Castlevania game. No one knows if it's quite Judgment tier or not. And it takes such a long time to like... yeah, damn it. So I might have to end up doing the thing I did. The thing I ended up having to do. The first time I played this to solve this specific puzzle, which is switch to the other control scheme, the one that isn't tank controls. Oh shit. Yeah, I think I might have to do that, hang on. How would you do that? Controls. Alternate. Or I said alternate, what? Did not save. Hey, okay, there. Alright, there we go. So you have to think about the alternate controls. You have to keep switching the direction every time the camera angle abruptly shifts like this, but you can still technically move very quickly compared to how you can in the, you know, with the tank controls. Let's see if I can actually do it this time. It's apparently still not. What the fuck? Alright, let's keep trying, because we're gonna have to get this eventually. It's a problem with, you know, controls, normal controls with a Resident Evil camera system. Damn it, I have to push it more than twice, that's a problem. Why did they run on the old school style? Did they not learn from 64? Guess not. Very few enemies, and also the weapon selection is pretty lackluster compared to, you know, the standard that was set by Symphony and all that. Well, I sure do love this puzzle, let me tell you. It's my favorite thing in the world, oh god. And you have to do this too, I'm pretty sure. Oh god, I don't think there's any way to like make this easier either, so... So yeah, spooks. Not even more than... oh, you... what? Okay, never mind, apparently you just have to push it on the... Okay, I didn't know that. Thought you had to push it in as well, but I guess maybe I could have done that with tank controls, I don't know. Completely forgot that was a thing. Anyway, now that we've overcome that terrible gauntlet, let's switch back to tank controls. Get another dagger. Pretty sure that's not all that's over here. It would be... oh no, here we go. There's a hole. You can't see very far into it though, so let's go down. It's the best idea ever. Eagle of South, Wolf of North, Lost Book, Volume 1. And, a grave. A grave in the house. Can't get out. I have tried every possible way to escape, but only to be faced with the reality that I am trapped. I've been everywhere. The laboratory with the large glass tubes filled with formaldehyde and those dark, wet and eerie caves. What can I do? At first I didn't want to believe my eyes, but that familiar high-heeled shoe in the corridor, it was like reflex. One name came to my mind, Jessica. Don't want to believe they share the same fate as me. No, I can't give up hope. I have to hope they're alive. Haven't had anything to eat or drink for the past few days. I feel like I'm going crazy. Why is this happening to me? Why do I have to die like this? I was too obsessed with designing this ghastly mansion. Should have known better. It was a dark and damp underground tunnel and another dead end, but even in the darkness something caught my eye. Carefully I lit the last match I had to see what it was. A grave, but deeply engraved into the stone was my name, George Trevor. At that instant it all became clear to me. Those bastards knew from the beginning that I'd die here, and I fell right into their trap. But it's too late now. I'm losing it. Everything is becoming so far away. Jessica, Lisa, forgive me. Because of my ego, I got both of you involved in this whole damn conspiracy. Forgive me, may God justify my death in exchange for your safety. And that's George Trevor. We found his grave. It says R.I.P. You can kind of see that. There's also a switch, so we press that to help make our escape from here. Because there would have been another way to escape if this were the old the PS1 version, because, you know, this whole room would have worked differently, but let's open up this book. There's a medal hidden inside the book. It's the Eagle. Medal of Eagle. Is there a special way to use it? I don't know, but there's clearly something unusual about the back of it, but we're not gonna note that, I guess. And oh boy, it's a basement again, and there's spiders in the wall, as you can see. Hope they don't come down, because that would be very inconvenient. There's a dead end here, so clearly it's where I want to go. Okay. Shotgun shells, I will take those. Oh boy, the fucking spider came down. Oh shit, I might have gotten I got poisoned, didn't I? Because I'm holding my tum-tum now. God damn it, see there's like 2 or 3 enemies in the game that can poison you with normal poison, and it sucks. Right, I am leaving now. That's all I needed to get from here. Well, from that one room at least, I think there's one more that I might need to come back to at some point. Hey, it's a low herb. Oh, there's Sombo here. Let's go ahead and eat that at once, because we need that. So that we are not poisoned anymore. Take the red herb. And let's wait for our friend Sambo here and try to shoot him, but apparently not. Never mind. Oh, but we did shoot his friend over there. I get a different dagger. Oh boy, I can't see shit. Hang on. Well, I hope that killed him at any rate. Still kind of frustrated about how apparently I can't consistently get the headshots that I should be getting with the shotgun, but alright. I don't think it really matters at this point. Also, good night, Lizardman. Gotta try to keep my heart from exploding with all these spooks. Looks like the power supply for the elevator. The main fuse has been blown out. Switch over. Hang on. Before we do that, which, you know, might seem like a bad idea since we're in the water and there's apparently sparks flying around. Power supply appears to be functioning again, there's no ill effects. The power supply is now back online. And with that, yeah, it doesn't matter that Sambo didn't get his head blown off, because I don't think we need to come back here ever again, even though that's... Okay, I was gonna say it's kind of weird. It says in the map that we haven't gotten all the items yet, but with that I'm pretty sure we have. There we go. And we unlock this door that was locked from the other side. Might be running into some friends here, I think, if we're very unfortunate, and my theory about the... Okay, there's Sambo, but... If my theory about the Sambo is that we see just kind of lying around in the mansion from the first time that we catch sight of them, and we don't kill them, it turns out to be correct. But apparently it's not, because this guy looks exactly the same. Right, so... I don't think I mentioned it yet, but the things that the zombies turn into if you kill them without, like, blowing their head or their foot off or burning them after a while is called Crimson Heads. And I thought maybe some of those Sambos were gonna turn into Crimson Heads, but I guess not. There's one more I have in mind that was like that, that's gonna be in this part of the house, I think. West hallway. Wanna see if I can clear a path to the item room that's nearby. I'm pretty sure there's hunters in this room, like if I turn. Can't see them yet because of the camera, but yep, there's a guy. Oh, he actually jumps out at you. Alright, come here, friend. There we go. I guess the door is gone now. Have to load through it anymore, maybe, or we do? No, we don't, okay. So that fake loading screen is now gone. That's weird. Pretty sure one of the rooms that it's pointing me to here, this one over here, is the room with the Keeper's Diary zombies in there, but pretty sure I got everything from there. Pretty sure there's nothing important left in there, at least. And there's one more herb. Could potentially get if we go to the far end of the hallway that I'm looking at right now, but I think I'm gonna leave it be unless I absolutely need it, which is pretty unlikely. Because there might be more hunters over there. Pretty sure there's more hunters in this room too, hallway. I'm being very, very quiet. Okay, there was a collapsed Sambo over here. He's gone now, okay. So maybe there will be a Crimson Head showing up somewhere. Like there's a Crimson Head that's pretty much guaranteed to exist every time, and that's the one in the upstairs hallway, right above where we are right now. And it's already turned into a Crimson Head at the start of the game, and pretty much just wakes up when we go. When we go into the room that has the armor key after we already have the fake key that we can put in the puzzle and use to get that. So what am I gonna get? Put the survival knife way up here, it's fucking useless. I have the grenade launcher with grenade rounds, okay. There's another room that's close to the one near that I'm in right now, but I'm pretty sure the only thing left there is like the broken shotgun that we don't need for anything in this particular run. So I think I'm gonna go to the one door on the ground floor that I haven't opened yet. Well, Actually, no, one door in the main hall that isn't the one that's behind the stairs, because we can't open that yet, actually. I think we're pretty much gonna clear out as much of the mansion as we can without going to a specific place that I have in mind. And once that's done, we'll save again, cause we got that other boss encounter to deal with. Also, I'm fairly sure there's some hunters above where I am right now on the balconies, but not gonna show up until I actually go up there. Right, now we can open this place. Place with spooky stuff inside. There's something handwritten, it's not dated. Nothing's changed. I never thought that this room I designed as an experiment would pay off like this. I can hide here safely for a while because nobody knows about the secret behind this painting, not even Sir Spencer. Painting of a mansion in the back of the art room. Okay, so that's actually kind of misleading because it refers to something that you can't even access until you beat the game at least once, and you pretty much access it on a New Game Plus run, so can't tell whether it came from a human or an animal. So, you know, you can very easily identify the place that that note makes reference to, but you can't do shit if it's normal New Game. And there's some more ink ribbons here, alright. Is that all that's in this room? Apparently so. There's one more room we can access from this one, and that's the one over here, but I forget if there's... Like, I would imagine there is something here, because the secret room that you can only access on New Game Plus was also in the PS1 version, but it was this room rather than the one that the note is referring to, which is somewhere else. Okay. Is this guy not dead? Because I noticed he didn't bleed out. Oh well. Hardly matters at this stage. Dagger and a blue herb planter. And that's all the items here, correct? Yes, okay. So we're never coming back here now, pretty much. So that guy can go nighty-night. And even if he gets cranky and wakes up again, we will not be there to get in his way. So let's see. Yeah, there's this thing. Mysterious jewelry box. There's a round recession approximately 4 centimeters in diameter, so this isn't quite like the other one, the other puzzle box we found. We need to actually find something different to activate this one. Or we can start fiddling with it. And let's see, that pretty much takes care of all the doors on the west side and the central side of the ground floor. Still a bunch of doors on the west side of the second floor though. And this door, that is the one we need to open to actually wait. Nah, okay. So there is one more door. Actually, no, that's pretty much... Okay, no, I think that pretty much the only thing we can do at this point is go to the next boss encounter. Which requires us to go up to the second floor. Because to proceed to the next part of the game, that's not just revisiting the mansion, we need to get a couple of items. actually, that's for getting to the final part of the game, I think. I need to get a couple of items, one of which we technically already found, but we're using for a different purpose now. Now, right now we need one specific item that will allow us to do something in the garden that we could not do before, but before we do that, let's see. I'm gonna leave this here because I don't think I'm gonna need it yet. And take an ink ribbon out, actually take all the ink ribbons out so I can save. Because that's what you do. Actually, wait, before I do that, let me also take the acid shells and put them in the thing, because we need the acid shells for this next part. We don't need them, but they are very useful. And you might realize why, if you remember what we used the first 3 acid shells out of the 6 we found in the game so far. When last we had those, okay. So let's go up to the hallway up here. 2nd floor upstairs hallway. Oh yeah, there's a door that's like right here that I forgot about. We need the helmet key for that. Also. And I forgot that it existed. Okay. Maybe I shouldn't have saved, because here's another... You know what, fuck it, I'm gonna leave this for a little bit later. Because I want to do the thing first that's technically a bit riskier, and that way I don't have to do that over if I die. So I will only do that after I take care of this other thing. Oh yeah, there's a crimson head in this hallway. I forgot about that. I never kill this guy. And that's not very good news, because we need to go there. Actually, are there hunters in this? Yes, there are. Okay, let's not go that way either. Let's go kill the crimson head. Actually, it's probably for the better anyway. Okay, well, I see that something I've noticed about the enemies too is that they pretty much reset to like default positions if you leave the room and come back, even if they chase you to a specific place. Come on, friend. I know you have good cognitive abilities. You're gonna force me to change the fucking angle, aren't you? Oh, okay, well. Oh, here it comes. There we go. It went so much better than I was expecting. Okay, now we go back up through this room with the very, very fun carnival ride installed inside. Can we try and take the thing? By the way, there's no need to take this anymore. Okay, we can't. Damn it. And we open up the final door that the helmet key is good for, so... We have 3 free spaces in the inventory now, so let's go out into this mysterious 3rd floor balcony, which has some herbs inside. Guess I could take those, but I don't know if I'll need them. I guess I will. I already have, you know, the red herb mix, but let's go ahead and be prudent, I suppose. And equip the grenade launcher, because we're gonna need this very soon. As in right now. As our old friend, Jake the Snake, is back. And there's a part of me that wishes that I could play this with... Oh, damn it, I missed. Oh. With the music that you get when you do this fight in Umbrella Chronicles. Actually, we could use these. I just realized. Might be a better idea than using the shotgun. You know what? Yeah, I will use those. Try out these explosive rounds against the snake. Which is still not dead, wow. It was apparently much weaker during the first encounter. She died with 3 fucking horrid runaway, I guess. She didn't die, as you can see here. Runs away after 3 acid rounds. Oh, I did manage to kill it, there we go. Thought that was gonna be my death, actually, the cutscene that triggered, but I guess not. So there you go, Snake is dead for real this time. And I'm almost dead too, so let's use this. The thing for real. And see what else we have to collect in this room. We have this, which I guess was not accessible before the snake just slammed into the bookshelf. It's Eagle of South, Wolf of North, the Blue Edition. It has some words that aren't in the Red Edition and vice versa, so you got to buy both books and use a link cable to get the most out of it. It also has the super exclusive rare Medal of Wolf, whereas the other one had the Medal of Eagle. Eagle, Jesus Christ. Okay, the knob is broken. It doesn't look like it'll open. Really? Okay, I guess we gotta go the long way then. I guess the way we access that is with the elevator and the... Forget about that. I thought we were gonna be able to go through that door, but I guess not. Actually, I don't remember exactly where you use the medals in this version. I know that you pretty much only get them near the end in the PS1 version, because you use them to access the final area, and I think you use them for the same purpose here, but like we won't be going there quite yet. Where does this door go? It goes to the crow room. I'll go ahead and play it safe and take the other door instead. This leads to the... The room I want to go to right now, which is the item room. Actually, wait a minute. Before we go back to the item room, let's go ahead and actually solve the puzzle in this room now. Because we will have to at some point. And... oh, there's more grenade rounds. Did not realize that. So, again, the way this puzzle works is pretty much different. Pretty much completely different from how it works in the original version. As far as I recall, in that version it was as easy as just pushing the boxes and... oh, you'll see, hang on. Why am I going in the freaking map? I'm trying to look at my healing, no, my defensive items. Apparently I've been fairly good at conserving them. So if you turn off the lights, you can see that there's glowy stuff on the animal heads. And when the eagle that rotates to face you, or hawk, I don't know, is in contact with one of those things, or is pointing at one of those things, they start blinking like so. If you try to interact with them, there's a glowing red jewel, but it's attached to something and refuses to budge, so I'm gonna have to deal with this somehow. But there are some kind of blind spots in the room, as you can kind of notice, where the eagle does not follow you. So we'll have to make good use of those to get, because we need both of these things that are embedded in the animal eyes. But first, let's read the mail to the Chief of Security, because I failed to notice it was on the table until just now. X-Day is drawing up on us. I don't think I've ever heard that expression before, but alright. Execute the following procedures within 1 week. Prompt actions are demanded. Lure stars to the estate and obtain BOW's raw combat data against stars. Collect 2 embryos of each mutated specimens as samples. Each mutated specimens. It sounds kinda awkward, but excluding the tyrant. Dispose of the tyrant. Ensure complete disposal of the Arclade laboratory, including all personnel and test animals. Disguise their deaths as an accident. When the above procedures are executed, report to headquarters for further instructions. If for some reason you are unable to execute the procedure by the deadline, report immediately. In case of emergency situations, report directly to the extension number 5691. Good luck, Umbrella Headquarters, Umbrella Incorporated. Okay. So apparently the stars were used in a terrible ploy to get some shit out of this mansion. So here we go. We can actually, if we act quickly, we can take the jewels without the eagle getting to the point where it locks onto them and prevents us from doing so. And we need both of them, as it happens. We use them for... well, we use each of them for a particular purpose. Actually, you might... if you've been paying attention, you might already know what that is. For one of them, at least. The other one is actually kind of unintuitive, if you were to... oh shit. I forgot that this guy showed up, and I forgot that I had the fucking grenade launcher equipped still. Apparently they don't die from one grenade launcher shot. Or one grenade launcher shot and one point-blank shotgun shot either. Oh, there's another one. Oh, and he did not recoil from my shotgun shots, that's weird. Alrighty then. So there's your jump scare, I guess. Might as well load these into the thing so that they're not taking up an extra space in the inventory. So now that that's out of the way, I guess, let's go back to the tiger room. Tiger statue room, so... this room was actually designed with people who played the PS1 version in mind, because the inscription reads Tiger glowing with blue and yellow lights, but in the PS1 version the puzzle was some tigers have a blue eye and a red eye, so obviously if you're a savvy boy like me, you put the red jewel into the tiger's right eye. Which makes this happen. So no, they do something nasty if you try to go by the old version's logic. They do the same thing that they do if you pull the wrong lever at the beginning of Link to the Past. Because fuck you, that's why, so... there's still a use for the red gemstone though, but... let's actually use the yellow one this time. I don't remember if we, actually need anything. Yeah, we do. Okay, never mind. Like, if there was anything that we need mandatorily, which I guess we don't, even if you consider what this is. Memo disk or Mo disk. There are 3 of these in the game. We need all of them to get something that's still technically optional, but that I'm gonna be going for because it's clearly part of the full experience. Also, I noticed when they zoom into the model there, it says Parasol 1200, I guess because, umbrella except not. Appears to be a disk for rebooting a system of some sort. And I will will still have this left over, the red gemstone. It's beautifully cut and polished. It can also betray you if you use it for a puzzle improperly. So let's go and use it for a puzzle properly. And the way we do that is by going back to our item box, and let's put the ammo disc here since we have been needing it for quite a while. And grab one of the things that we got that I put in the lower part for some reason. It's a jewelry box. You see how there's a round recession approximately 4 centimeters in diameter. Can you guess what that's for? Beautifully cut and polished. It is also vaguely round, and I guess it's 4 centimeters in diameter because we have to put it in the box. Obviously, I did not figure that out on my own. And then we play Tangram's puzzles. We can rotate this. Okay, so we need to move these pieces around so that they make a thing. That you don't know what it is, but kind of have to assume. Is that what you can see? Okay, I think we're kind of doing it. There we go. Good enough. There was a brooch inside. It's the brooch which turns into a key. The emblem key. Signed with an emblem of the Spencer family whose history is as old as Raccoon City. It's gonna create some questions if you consider, well, I don't know. I don't know how much of the flavor text in this game was made, like corresponds to the 2002 release. And like, if any of that was changed for the HD version that I'm playing right now. But basically, let's... This first Resident Evil game doesn't have that much in terms of like lore or plot, but when you get into the sequels and see how much of that there is in the other ones, let's just say it makes no fucking sense. And if you see something like the history of the Spencer family is as old as Raccoon City, what that apparently means is that it's about 50 years old or something like that. Probably less than that. Since apparently Raccoon City was pretty much founded to work for Umbrella Corporation, and Umbrella was founded sometime in the 50s or 60s in this universe. So that kind of makes you wonder exactly how big of a growth Raccoon City had to where somebody could say something like that. Unironically, I don't know. It's almost as if they didn't, they weren't thinking about stuff like that when they wrote the flavor text for a bunch of stuff. It's also almost like they weren't thinking about anything like that when they wrote the plot for a bunch of the games that come after this. But anyway, if we get back to it, we do need to use this key next. Let's take a look outside, because we need to go back to the east side. East wing of the mansion. And we go out to this little courtyard area, which is completely empty now, I guess. Pretty sure there was at least one zombie in here that I never killed. I just kind of disappeared at some point. Like, even the first, I'm pretty sure there were 2 zombies. One of them I killed, but like I didn't blow his head off or burn him or anything, but he still disappeared after I left and came back. And the other one, I never, pretty sure I actually had a few run-ins with him, but I never actually killed him or even attacked him, but he's still just kind of vanish at some point. Anyway, here's where we use the emblem key. The emblem key, which I'm pretty sure did not exist in the PS1 version. I think this was just another door that you opened with not the armor key, the helmet key. It's too dark to see anything, unfortunately, so let's turn on this lamp over here. Maybe now we can start picking up the items that are around this place. I just realized that I have the fucking medal, one of the medals still in my inventory, even though we have no use for that right now. I will take the metal object. There's a metal object and also some more shotgun ammo, sure. We need as much of that as we can get here after all. Contents are still intact. Maybe no one's been in here. Is that all we get in here? Because there's something we need. I guess we don't need it quite yet. Collection of thick tomes. There are books and everything from genetics to statecraft. And yeah, I guess there's no more items here, which actually leaves me just a little bit puzzled as to what we have to do now. Oh yeah, never mind. I just remembered what we probably have to do now. I also don't remember what rooms are the rooms in the lower right. I think, no, I remember what a couple of them are, but... Oh, that's the... No, never mind. We don't need the stuff in those rooms. It's just like a bunch of herbs. So now what we need to do now is go over to the kitchen. I think. Basement kitchen, because there's an elevator there that we powered up and that we never actually used. Should lead us to some new and interesting places. So let's go check it out right now, which pretty much means what did we even get from the, oh yeah, the part of the emblem. That's what we got from the room that we opened with the emblem key. I was like, why did I even bother with that? Because I don't, you know, have a pretty good idea of the mansion's layout, at least, and what goes where when it comes to stuff you have to use to progress, but... But I still don't remember exactly where you find everything. Don't know if I'm ever gonna get to that point. So let's see, let's take a quick detour into the item room that's over here, because there's a couple of things that we can clear out from our inventory right now. There we go. We don't need this metal object right now. Completely mysterious. What could it possibly be used for? Or the Medal of Wolf. I think that's pretty much it. Might as well keep the grenade launcher with us, just that's kind of a big old just in case. And now we go. Go downstairs, which will lead us to go upstairs, but not up the stairs, but rather up the elevator. That's been kind of very mildly taunting us for quite some time now. Okay, there's a Sambo over there. And he's on that side, okay. Just need to check which side he was coming on so I can very conveniently avoid him. Come on, you need to turn over this way, friend. There we go. And we use the elevator. And we come out onto a new hallway. That has a very, very quiet zombie inside. Wow. Still get that thing that surprises me about the zombies being incredibly quiet in this. Like, you can't even hear, you can barely even hear their footsteps, but like, if they're right next to you and they start moving, then you pretty much will not hear anything. Alright, let's move away from him and not get, like, jumped immediately this time. Let's try and do the thing. And we blow his head off and fail yet again. I'm getting very unamused by how consistent that's getting. But whatever, like I said, most of the... You don't even have to worry about them coming back or anything, because we're not gonna be making use of... Wait, what? I still hear something moving. Is he not dead, even though I saw him bleed out? Oh wait, there's another side to the hallway. There's an oriental scroll, but the picture on it is Western style. It's in detail, I guess. Yeah, there's something behind here. Hey, another guy that's... whose head I can't blow off, what the fuck? It's getting incredibly consistent how much of a failure that is. Okay. So let's just explore the stuff in this hallway and get out. Oh boy, we get a bunch of stuff. I hope I'm gonna have enough inventory room for everything. Shotgun shells, more acid shells. They're quite good for hunters, so I understand, so it's probably what I'm gonna be using them for. Shelf is full of dust-covered props and a deer trophy. And also a battery, the most important item we can possibly obtain from this area. And there's also a taser battery that I almost missed. Because it is very, very small. Okay. I guess we're gonna keep using those until we run out, which is apparently not gonna happen nearly as quickly as I thought it would. I guess that's a good sign. And I unlocked it. It's of course referring to the door that goes out to the other upstairs hallway, but do I want to go there? Because, well, we got a battery, so I guess so. It's gonna take us back to the... pretty much the same sort of area that we accessed this upstairs floor from. It might have been a good idea to go there and, like, use the rest of the acid rounds against the snake, but whatever works. And it worked out with what we had, which was explosive rounds after we ran out of acid rounds. So now that we have the battery, we can access a new and wonderful place. So let's start making our way over there. So we're gonna need the battery. I'm gonna leave this somewhere down here. I don't think we're gonna need the... You know what, let me take the grenade launcher, but let me load it with the acid rounds instead, and leave the explosive rounds up here with the rest of them, which I think I have, yep. I think that's pretty much it. Oh no, actually we need the crank too, the square crank. for a crank, and there's a couple of incendiary cells we're gonna need for something else sooner than later. For our next boss encounter, if you will. And in order to get there, let me see, because I forget what it's. Is it this way? Yeah, pretty much is this way. Need to go back over to the west. No, to the east side. We're at the west side right now. Because we're gonna have to go back out to the garden area again. Have some more adventures there. Adventures that it wasn't really possible for us to have before. So of course the fastest way of getting over there which should be through here. From here, through the crow room, and finally we should be able to make it there. Right here. As you might recall, there was an elevator in this area that we never used. And the reason for that is we actually found the battery slot for it outside, but there was no battery, so... There was also another certain obstacle that we pretty much created in this outside area that we needed to, in order to... progress, but now we can undo all that. So what we will do is head back over to the guardhouse way, but we will not go all the way back inside. Instead of doing that, we will try and jape the order in which we have to do things to access this place and also get cheaply ambushed by a snake, which instantly poisons us. Okay. Cheaply ambushed by 2 snakes, one of which would have poisoned us, so there you go. Fortunately, we won't have to traverse this place very many more times. Probably should have brought some blue herbs, but gonna have access to those pretty soon, if nothing else, I'm quite sure. Okay, so there we go. Battery has been taken out. Fortunately, we have a new battery, so... There we go, the elevator is now working, so let's take the elevator right now. Yeah, that was actually the last time we ever have to go through that stretch of road there. I've just now realized that, so yeah. Probably should have brought a single blue herb for that eventuality, but I did not plan that far ahead because I didn't know that the snakes would still be there to act cheap. But shows me, I guess. Okay, so head back over here to where the thing is for the crank, and we use the crank. And if you recall, the reason we had to use this initially was because the place that we take the ladder down to was flooded with water. So now we reflood it, but the sound of the waterfall seems to have stopped. And there is a good reason for that, as it happens. So now we can get to the other side that kind of has the start of the path to the guardhouse without actually having to go through the horrible snake area that would require us to lower the water. Because now we have the elevator over here. And now the waterfall that used to be here is no more, so we can now venture inside this mysterious place. And go through a loading screen. That's a ladder that we descend. Which leads us to the caves. Next part of the game, which, if I am very lucky, yeah, here we go. As a thing inside. Let's item box, that is. Let's use mixed herbs to restore ourselves and collect the ink ribbons that are over here. I don't think we're gonna need them that badly, but might as well. We now have 18 in reserve. Let's explore this place as well. I don't know if this door over here is gonna be open yet. Apparently, yes, it is. Okay. And actually, I don't remember exactly which way I should go right now. There's a few things we need to get down here. There's also a few meme scenes down here, let's put it that way. Oh yeah, there's one of them right there. So we won't go over that way just yet. But if we go over here, oh, that's right, there's something we need, so we can't actually proceed over here because there's a hexagonal hole. It's not a square hole, so can't use our old friend Square Crank for this one. Afraid it's gonna be a little bit more complicated than that. You know what, let me save. A little bit paranoid about, you know, some things that can happen in this area. And if they do somehow end up happening, I would rather not have to redo a bunch of stuff. So let's save in Courtyard B1, which is I guess where we are right now. And armed with our incredible arsenal of weapons, let us make haste. Haste over here, which is the opposite direction of where the other thing is. And here where I believe there's an elevator. Or at least a place for an elevator where it will eventually appear. Huge gaping hole. Wonder what it was stuck for. Well, I sure do wonder, you know. There's a question I often ask myself. Here's the elevator's power source. It has a round lid, and inside it's yet another thing that has the... Don't think I didn't notice that it has the Aztec calendar motif on top of it for some reason. Well, the center part of it at least. I don't know why they keep putting that on stuff. I guess they just really like the way it looks. It appears to be some sort of key to start the power supply. Symbols are carved on the side, so 4231 in Roman numerals pretty much. So can we put it back in the thing? Yeah, we can, but it doesn't do anything because it's actually incomplete right now, you know, spoiler alert. Wait a minute, did I see a shiny while it was in this angle? Yeah, it's on the other side though. It's a shiny over here somewhere. Here we go. It's, oh, it's fucking clipped. Why are they still giving me this? I could use handgun or shotgun ammo instead. I really don't think of any situation where I would rather use the handgun at this point in the game. What about the shiny over here? Is it another one? It's another one. What do you know? Well, if I ever run into more Sambos, which I think there is one specific part where that might happen. Because I can use the handgun just for ammo conservation. Right now, though, I am going to... leave this stuff in the item box so that it's not cluttering up my inventory. I have 55 handgun magazine. Oh boy, see if the zombies in the game are more like the zombies in other... If they didn't have the Crimson Head mechanic where they come back eventually, then probably be a lot less, what you call it, a lot less reticent to just shooting all of them with the handgun, instead of trying to use the shotgun to blow their heads off, but apparently that is not to be. Also, I'm pretty sure this is, out of all the like classic style Resident Evil games, it's just the only game where, even if you play on normal difficulty in all of them, this is the only one where they give you so little ammo of pretty much every gun to where they keep you on your toes constantly. Oh boy.
Is that voice Enrico's?
Yeah?
You're alive!
Wait there! Are you with anybody, Jill?
Oh no, but why are you asking?
Listen. The stars are going to be finished soon. Someone is a traitor. Everything was plotted from the start by Umbrella.
Oh. Enrico! What? Who killed him, I wonder?
Who killed him, I wonder? Well, it's still kind of sad that there aren't very many places where the stellar voice acting of the original version shines through. But hey, we got another crank. Rico is dead. What could he have known? Too much, apparently. Everything was plotted from the start by Umbrella. Also, here's a hexagonal crank. Hexagon crank. Oh boy, and a friend that I forgot showed up. Actually got